So the game is over. The series is over. The Warriors win 102-91. I said the series is over. They take a 3-0 lead. You know, they finally got tested. Utah showed up. Things were emotional. Things were a little wild. But, man, they got this one guy who kind of settled things at the end. I think you wrote about this one guy.
JaVale McGee? Was that who I wrote about?
Hey, plus 17?
Plus 17, JaVale McGee. Plus 17, Steph Curry. But I might write about plus 18, Kevin Durant. I think I did write about him. This was his moment. I really think you and I were talking to him a little bit before the press conference. I'm not going to quote him from that. But he wanted this game. He knew he was set up to have this game. He knew he was going to be needed this game. I think more than anything, he loved that he was asked to have this kind of game. That Steph Curry, of all people, when Durant had the ball up top and he was hot, but he's motioning to Curry, and Curry just waves and says, "You take it," and Durant scores. And then another time at the end of quarter, which I forgot to write about, end of quarter, which is Curry's moment. Dribble handoff to Kevin Durant. I think besides the fact that they needed him to win this game, which they clearly did, the fact that they're better with Kevin Durant than they would be without Kevin Durant.
Whoa. We might not go that far.
This was what Kevin Durant was like, kind of indoctrinated into the greatness of the Warriors. Before he was kind of like, oh, it's a piece. It's great to have him. Kevin Durant is an essential part of a championship flow, of a team that knows how to win these games, and he just dropped right into them. Do we have to introduce ourselves here, by the way, at all, or no? We don't do that stuff? Okay.
No, we don't. You know who we are. You know that I'm Marcus Thompson and this is Tim Kawakami. You know that we're in Salt Lake City. You know we're at Game 3, Warriors Jazz series. One of the things that struck me was after the game, Quinn Snyder, man, he just looked defeated. I mean, he looked so defeated. It was their best shot. It was the best Utah has played the series. They held the Warriors down. They took a 9-point lead, the first lead of the series. They were in control of the game. And in the end, they lost by double digits. And you can see Quinn Snyder saying at some point you do everything you've got to do. Now that they're up 3-0 and essentially the series is over, barring a miracle, like what's next for the Warriors? What do they do now? Well, it's going to be another week off, right? What happens now?
It's a good question. I think, they got to finish us off, whether it's Monday or it's Wednesday. We're all thinking it's going to be Monday here. But, you never know. Because, remember, they got up at Houston 3-0 in the Western Conference Finals in 15.
Steph hits his head.
As if it was done, weird things happen. They got to go back and win Game 5 in Oakland. But let's say the series is over Monday. Maybe Utah puts up a pretty good fight. Warriors win it. Then they take the rest, they take the time, they don't risk themselves getting hurt like other teams are banged up all over the place. What if somebody tweaks something? You eliminate those games, and then you further get the Mike Brown is in charge. And I know Joe Lacob went on the radio today and said that Steve Kerr's getting treatment. So you don't know. I mean, there's no one's ruling it out, as Bob Myers told me yesterday. But I think it's just the further Mike Brown's. I think we've got a little bit of more Mike Brown rotation in this, away from the Steve Kerr. He's not playing Matt Barnes, Patrick. He's not just throwing guys in randomly, going to the death lineup and then having to take him out when Draymond picks up a foul. But I think we're just seeing he's got a little tighter feel. It's becoming more Mike Brown's, not Steve Kerr's team, Steve Kerr's staff. But we're seeing, it's just going to take another week off of Mike Brown being the voice. When he's the voice you hear, he's going to be the guy they respond to a little more every day, and we're going to get more of that, I think.
Oddly, a couple of things Mike Brown really stood out. He brought guys in earlier than normal. Steph came in 7:30 in that third quarter or fourth quarter instead of the 6-minute mark. And the Warriors Kevin Durant had 38 points. Probably 32 of them were running a pick and roll to get Gobert on him. And Mike Brown was like, let's milk this. I mean, I know Steve Kerr likes to encourage ball movement and get everybody involved and play the right way. Their assists weren't that high. But they had one play the Jazz couldn't stop. And Mike Brown said, let's milk that. Let's run that. Kevin Durant, he knows Gobert. If he comes out, he goes by him. If he stays back, Durant hits the jumper. And there was nothing they could do about it.
And Durant is big enough that Gobert can't guard him just with his arms. He's got to guard him with his body, because Durant can just go up and over if he's not right up on him. I thought it would be tough to score on Gobert in any situation, because Steph can't do it, and Steph can do it on just about anybody. But Kevin Durant can, because he could just get those angles on people. And also, I think you see with Mike Brown, I think he might be like Kevin Durant needs plays called for him. Steve doesn't like doing that. Mike Brown likes calling plays. I mean, he's not an offensive wizard, but he's much more of the kind of the old school. Let's call a play. Let's get.
Yeah, he was on that clipboard today.
Yeah, exactly. He'll motion a little bit more. Now Kerr will do that at times, but it's more like, here, go this way, or let's try this back cut. I think Brown might be more. Steph and Clay don't need plays called for them so much, and it's kind of more improvised. I think Durant, they're feeling like, okay, if we structure it in a certain way, we can get Durant at a spot. So let's call a play to get Durant, then move from there. And I think Durant flourishes with that kind of thing. I really do. And they're kind of working that into how they're going to play. And yet this is a series, again, like someone else might have written today, where the working out of it under pressure is what you need when they're going to play guess who in the finals? Cleveland. They're going to make them answer these sort of questions once they get there.
That's the thing that stood out to me. Draymond Green didn't have a good emotional game. He was really wrapped up into the referees. He had been pretty good about it, but he was really agitated. They all were agitated. Benny Adams agitates them just by his presence. So no matter what he calls, they don't like him. Jazz fans got a little wild.
We were sitting right in the middle.
The Jazz fans, this crowd is known for its wildness and its rambunctiousness, and the Warriors hurt them. It wasn't like they zoned them out. They were playing bad enough to where they hurt them. I feel like this was good for them. Mike Brown thought it was good for them. They need to feel this, because what San Antonio is going to be, what is Cleveland going to be, what is Houston going to be, and they don't have many games where they feel it from the crowd like this, and they felt this one.
Oh, and they were talking back to them, and they were gesturing to them. Hey, it's hoops. It's hoops on the road. You're going to get a little bit of it. You're going to get it here for sure, and they felt it. But you know what? Draymond gets the tech, not great. He could have stopped 30 seconds before he got the tech. Benny Adams was letting him talk. He was talking to Mauer. He was talking to all those guys. Okay, but you know what? And as Mike Brown made this point, he came back and he played great. He got some of those rebounds where just throwing his hand up there to try to get it away from Gobert, and it just stuck on his hand.
Snatching him, right?
Like, well, that is Gobert usually at least touches that ball. And Gobert is by far the most dangerous player to the Warriors. Clearly, I mean, we've seen that in the first two games tonight. There's no question. Offensively, he's the most dangerous, just because he gets the ball within a 6-foot circle. It's a dunk. So Draymond is a guy who can get into that. He can get into so many other things. He lost his cool, but he didn't go ballistic. He came back in, and I think at some point he's got to realize, it's Benny Adams. What am I doing wasting my time? Benny Adams is going to make bad calls. And he talked about that after the game. Like, referees make bad calls. We make bad assignments. We do. I think that's the Benny Adams thought there, because like, you just got to. Benny Adams is going to blow 4 calls a game, right? It's going to happen. There's going to be some for us and some for them. Just live through it. Sometimes Draymond's going to be able to be philosophical about it. Tonight he was not.
I think that's part of Draymond. He had dominated this series, and it wasn't going so well, so he got a little frustrated. But the Warriors are having a light day tomorrow at practice, and I think I'm gonna have a light day. Tim might not have a light day. Tim might go hard in the paint as always. But we'll see you at Game 4 right here. What was this? What's the arena called? Vivid Home
Family Arena.
Whatever. The lights will be shut out after Monday. Warriors winning 4.
I didn't write those words in my column today. It's too many.
Warriors winning 4. We're out.